Coming up on Mountain News this morning, a fuel tanker overturned in an Ohio interstate, causing a massive fire. And in just a few hours, the trial of the two men charged in the Crystal Rogers disappearance case will begin in Warren County.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning and a happy Tuesday to you, Mountain family. I'm Amelia Lee here with you on this June 24th. It's just about 5 o'clock this morning. And Megan, I've got to say, hot one against scorching temps. And I wore long sleeves, but wear short sleeves if you're not inside all day.
Yeah, wear short sleeves, wear a tank top, shorts, whatever you have to do to keep yourself on the cooler side, because those temperatures are scorching on this Tuesday. Even starting off this morning, we're looking at those 70s, 75 even as you travel towards Prestonsburg and Monticello this morning. So it is going to be hot. Here's a look at that afternoon high temperature as we're sitting in the mid to upper 90s. 97 degrees, that forecast high for Prestonsburg and Pikeville, and this is not including that humidity, which is going to make those feels like temperatures even hotter. We're also watching some fog this morning, so our friend the fog is back. Drive carefully if you do encounter any low visibility. And look at that, nice and clear once again for satellite and radar. That's a trend we'll keep up for the remainder of your day. With those sunny skies comes high UVs though, so make sure you're wearing your sunscreen. Here's a look at that day planner as we're looking at a mixture of sunny to mostly sunny skies all day long. Amelia.
Thanks, Megan. A fuel tanker overturned on an Ohio interstate, causing a massive fire. This was what it looked like on I-270 outside of Columbus. On your screen, you can see a massive plume of black smoke. It's rising into the sky. The tanker truck itself engulfed in flames. Authorities say it was carrying 8,000 gallons of fuel. The driver's in the hospital. Investigators are still trying to figure out how the truck crashed. A woman seriously injured in an early morning crash in Georgetown is now facing charges. 35-year-old Amber Samakar is accused of speeding off from police. Georgetown officers say they saw a car speeding on McLeland Circle. They turned around to try and pull it over. That car had crashed on US 25. When they went to check on the driver, they say she regained traction and drove away. One Georgetown officer says while following the car and notifying dispatch, they watched the driver crash into the Save-A-Lot on Broadway, and she was thrown from the car and into the store. In just a few hours, the trial of the two men charged in the Crystal Rogers case will begin in Warren County. The joint trial of Brooks Houck, Rogers' boyfriend at the time she disappeared, and Houck's employee Joseph Lawson starts today. Rogers was last seen in July 2015, and she's believed to be dead. Her body has never been found. Steve Lawson, Joseph's father, was found guilty of conspiracy to commit murder. When it comes to Houck and Lawson being tried together, both defense teams will ask each witness their own questions and make motions for their client. It was no doubt folks felt the summer sizzle yesterday and will today too. Many doing whatever they could to beat that heat. Alexa Minton caught up with one worker in Fayette County whose job makes keeping cool just a little bit trickier.
So we started at 4 a.m. this morning, so we'll get about an hour go ahead on it. We all try to help each other out as we finish to get us out of here as soon as possible.
Luke Robinson has collected trash for 4 years now, sharing that the summertime months can bring some added challenges to the job.
We take a little bit more time and care whenever there's a lot of heat and humidity out.
The EPA reports that outdoor workers, such as construction workers, maintenance workers, and trash collectors, disproportionately face greater heat-related health threats, something Luke is all too familiar with.
That's when you stop sweating. That's kind of a telltale sign. You'll stop sweating and you'll feel very fatigued. I've had it myself. Sometimes you got to grab a shaded area, let your supervisor know.
Rumpke teams are put through trainings year-round about how to best stay safe in the summer heat, and often will shift trash pickup times earlier for some neighborhoods just to try to minimize that time in the sun during their 10-hour-a-day shift.
We always keep water and Gatorade on us. It's supplied to us, but we also have a supervisor that runs around and makes sure that we're all good, and they'll have ice, Gatorade, and water on them as well. A lot of us are air-equipped, or we have ice on us, and we can keep cooling towels and things along those lines to keep us going.
Prioritizing safety from heat exhaustion and other heat-related illnesses can make the job go a little smoother in the summer months. That and, of course, community support.
A thank you goes a long way. If you got a cold water, that's amazing. We have no shortage of customers that will run out and give us a water bottle, especially an excited kid ready to come see the trash truck and bring you a water bottle. It's a huge help.
In Lexington, meteorologist Alexa Minton, WKYT.
If you do plan to spend an extended period of time in the sun this week, you should take Luke's advice too. That's to stay hydrated, take breaks in the shade, and listen to your body for any concerning symptoms. Well, with those hot temperatures throughout the state, Kentucky safety officials are urging employers to take steps to prevent heat stress on the job. KY Safe says workers exposed to high temps or physical activity are at risk of heat-related illness, even death if not protected. The agency encourages frequent breaks, shade, water, and training for emergencies. Free resources and consultations are available now at kysafe.ky.gov. Well, with those scorching temps across our area, doctors with U of L Health say they've treated a number of people for heat stroke or heat exhaustion. Jewish Hospital Medical Director Dr. Evan Kuhl explains why people who have had a heat stroke in the past are more likely to have it again.
People who have had heat stroke or heat illness in the past are likely at increased risk due to either the environmental factor that put them there. Maybe they work outside and they can't get in. Maybe they're limited to the number of breaks they can have. So I would say environmental risks definitely increase that risk. If you have certain health conditions, that can increase your risk as well. So you think of very common diseases like diabetes can make you more dehydrated.
Symptoms for heat-related illness can appear mild but should still be treated seriously. This includes nausea, confusion, or even if you stop sweating. TDOT says they're making progress clearing up I40 after 4 different rock slides forced the highway to shut down. This happened in the Cocke County, the same area that was heavily damaged from Hurricane Helene. In the first 24 hours of cleanup, crews were able to fill up 55 dump trucks with debris. They're going to keep cleaning up for several more days before beginning repair work. I40 is still closed in both directions near the state line, and it's expected to stay that way for at least the next 2 weeks. Legendary horse trainer Dwayne Lucas announced his retirement from the sport, as his family says he's been in the hospital fighting a severe infection. The trainer's family did not specify what kind of infection the 89-year-old has, but they did tell us he declined an aggressive treatment plan. Instead, he plans to spend his remaining time with his loved ones. Throughout his racing career, he recorded nearly 5,000 thoroughbred wins and has more than $300 million in prize money. He won the Kentucky Derby 4 times and won the Kentucky Oaks 5 times. His family is asking for privacy during this time. As we told you yesterday, Kroger plans to close roughly 60 stores nationwide over the next year and a half. WYT has reached out to their spokesperson to see if any stores in our area will be impacted. They told us, quote, "Unfortunately, we don't have anything on the record to share about the store's closures at this time, and we will not be releasing a list." Kroger says employees at the affected stores will be offered positions at other stores. Well, thank you so much for getting your day started with us on Mountain News this morning at 5:07.